Rinth, and to my left is the ever punctual, the ever honest, and the ever resilient subtle fraudulence. How you doing there, bud?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well. It sounds like you up the bass over there though, man. Like, oh, what's going on, man? You all
Oh,
right?
is
You
my mic
okay?
is my mic doing that thing where I have to?
Yeah,
My
that man
voice
had the
goes
plugins
back to
going on.
normal.
Yo, he's like, I'm trying to show you who the real Kisrinth is right now.
Nah, man, that's for the OnlyFans. But yeah, for some reason, it's happened before
Hey,
and it'll
bro, it's
happen
Black
again.
History Month, man. Show them the supremacy.
Let me go ahead and throw the Cash App on the bottom of the screen. But nah, for real though. For some reason, this mic has been having an issue where sometimes if I restart my computer, yeah, my somehow the microphone puts me like 14 octaves lower. I don't know why it does that, but hey, it is what it is. Technical difficulties have been wild here. I lost my mouse pointer 2 seconds ago, so I had to restart. So yeah, if you're wondering why you're gonna see two VODs, that's why my mouse cursor just disappeared. But anyway, this isn't about my mouse cursor disappearing, and it's damn sure not about my voice being 14 pitches lower. It's really about hashtag ride the wave, because you're watching the Clout.WAV podcast, part of the Wave suite of products, a very infamous brand. But let's be honest here. Speaking of riding a wave, Nairo's cleared legally. Now, whether that means he's guilty or innocent really doesn't matter. Point is, they've settled in some way that basically says Nairo can go back to living his life. And he seems very genuine, very happy and ecstatic that he can put that chapter behind him and move on with his life. He can press forward. But the details of the settlement have not been released, and I don't think they're going to, nor do they need to be. Now, whether it's a financial settlement and he's like, hey, I paid off a certain amount of people and we can move forward, or whether it's they realize they didn't have a case, there's so many different ways and there's so much ambiguity behind it was solved, because cases can be solved in a plethora of different ways. Some of them more complex than others. I mean, look at alimony. My dad's 81 years old and is still paying alimony to a certain someone who I've never met. My man is probably going to die still paying alimony to whoever the audacity of that wench. But hey, that's neither here nor there. He got hit with the lifetime alimony. The lifetime
alimony. Wow.
So until she gets remarried, which means she can suck all the dick she wants, she can be with all the men she wants, but as long as she don't get a ring put on it, she's still qualified for Papa's cashola. But that's neither here nor there. That was just me being personally petty, I suppose. But anywho, how do you feel about this situation? Like, we already know that he was kind of, we're not sugarcoating. He was basically raped at one point here. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's the rough part about it, going through something like that and then having to deal with not only the emotional toll that takes on you, also having to deal with the fact that, once it got out, like once your abuser put that out first, you had to sit here and say, yeah, it happened, and then people going like, oh wow, you did something like that, and it's like, no, all right, sure.
Wow, you went after the minors, you went after the youth. How could you fiend? And it's like,
yeah,
bro,
you're right, guys. I'm terrible, and it's like, whoa. Once the real story got out, people were just like, wait, what? No,
yeah, like
Bro, why did you say it?
like when the real story got out, I was like, wait, you were raped by a minor. Wait, hold on, wait a minute. You're the victim. Wait, you're the victim. And it just seemed like, hey, we know how Twitter goes. If Twitter is where you get your news and your facts, air quotes, facts, there's like 14 different variations of this story, and 12 of them end up with this man being some super nefarious mustache twirling villain who's out here just on the prowl for underage poontang. Like, it's really weird how we can find ourselves in a awkward game of telephone that we never volunteered to play in the first place, just because, someone's got a little bit of clout to their name.
Right, exactly. And like, everybody tried to, like, since this came out somewhat close to the ally situation, people try to like compare it to the ally situation of like, oh wow, another person doing all this stuff with Captain Zach, and it's just like, well, no, ally guilty because he was like, no, we had a whole ass relationship. It's like you can't have a relationship with a minor, bro. Like that's not
Facts.
real.
That's
That is
facts.
not
Like
real.
you can't be doing that out here. But like the super like weird
Doesn't
thing.
care what I don't care what Nambla says. No, that's not real, bro.
No, but like, I'm just saying, like it's just so weird, like how when you have clout, there's like this spotlight that gets placed on you, and it feels like a lot of people are just chomping at the bit to find some little detail, something that's
Hmm.
slightly out of whack, just so they can crucify you to the stake and go ahead and light that bitch on fire and watch everything around you burn, and kind of just bust out the popcorn and get ready to see you suffer, to see
Envy's a
if you'll
drug,
endure.
man.
And
Envy is a drug, and the internet.
look, envy may be a drug, but clout is the new crack. No, don't get it twisted.
The internet makes it so much worse. Both of those things so much worse because I mean Twitter alone, you could literally just sit there, see one person tweet something that seems kind of plausible, and then all of a sudden you're a QAnon believer. You're like, yeah, that's right. The laser beams came from the sky, and that's how it was created. And it's like, no, 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 no.
And you want
It's
to know
like,
who owns said laser beams? The Jews. And it's like, who let these people? First of all, how did these people fool so many people to the point to where they could be an elected official in our office?
propaganda is the real drug here. That's the hardest drug
Yeah,
to deal with. Like when you have
that's the pure snow cocaine right there. That's the strong stuff.
Twitter, like, allows propaganda to spread fast. So like this Naruto thing got out, and before you and I could even like see it, there's already like hundreds of maybe like thousands of tweets of people being like, wow, this guy's terrible, he's the worst, he's out here touching kids. You know what, I was at a tournament and he brushed up on me a little bit and it didn't feel right.
But
So
here's the
yeah,
issue. Here's the
it's
issue.
like,
I wouldn't
whoa.
even call it. I wouldn't have called it propaganda until there was that one day where all these things started trending at once, and they put an itemized list of all the people
Yeah,
who are offenders in the trending section,
yeah.
and it was just like, all right, Twitter, did you? Because like I find it quite annoying, a little bit hypocritical that like for whatever reason, Twitter every single time you want to retweet something now, it's like, did you read the article? Uh-huh. Did you? You sure you want to retweet that? But it's like, bro, plenty of times we've seen y'all jump off this esteemed high horse, echelons above the mere commoner Twitter user, and just say things without any sort of repercussion when you're wrong and just go, oops. Actually, no, we don't even get a oops. We don't get an hour bad. It
Mhm.
never happened, bro. I don't recall when I lied to you all. I don't recall that. It never happened. What? We had different rules for different people? No, just like Twitch, we don't recall. It never happened.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Back to the Naruto thing though. Like I feel really bad. Like seeing that video, like that man he's obviously been through it, Like that plus COVID, like that's like he's been through it
Hasn't he
and
been
he's
going through
trying
it
to
for like
recover.
like for about what, a year and a half now?
Yeah. You got to remember COVID happened like pretty much right after this.
Yeah,
So
so
um yeah, he's been stuck at home and then also having to find therapists that works for him and all this other stuff. But like he said all of these great stories about these great moments of people coming through for his birthday saying, hey, happy birthday, we miss you and we still love you, basically giving him hope, letting him realize that
all isn't
there's still
lost.
people. Yeah, all isn't lost, and he still has like a chance to, bring his community back. Get his stream career back, all that stuff. And it's interesting that he talked about wanting to stream again in like what he considers his streaming home, which is Twitch. And the whole time I'm watching this on YouTube, and I'm like, YouTube will definitely let him stream. I mean, LTG streams on YouTube, and that dude, yeah, he said all the offensive things to get him banned on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Like Vosh recently got unbanned from Twitch. So like, Twitch can redeem him. It'll probably be a while because bureaucracy nonsense, but he can probably get back on Twitch at some point. But if he wants to do it immediately, he'll have to start on YouTube most likely, or some like other streaming platform that
Nah,
I can't think of right now that's
there's only
not
Twitch and
Mixer?
YouTube. There's only Twitch and YouTube at this point. I
Oh,
mean, you can go with Facebook Gaming. I mean, that technically is an option, but
that has a community.
that's a huge move where you have to go way out of your way to migrate your community. But he
Mhm.
does seem like he has the type of community that would follow him to whichever platform he chose. But
Facebook Gaming might pay him because I mean, remember they paid Zero, and then Zero, he got exposed, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't know that guy."
we've never heard of him a day before in my life. We paid $0, and rightfully so. But
So I'm glad he's doing okay. I'm glad he's like on the road to recovery, and I'm glad that he talked about how important therapy is because he has been through a lot. And if he just came back and was just like, "Hey, yo, what's up, guys?" I'll be like, "Nah, man, you've got things that you've got to like settle, or you can like be in the public spotlight because
excuse me,
one of these
sir,
days."
is your life in order? Do you have life alert? Are you okay?
Somebody's gonna pop up in the stream chat and be like, "That's right, I still believe that you are terrible," and then he's just gonna like lose his shit and be like, "Wow, you guys are really still out after everything that I've been through," and then that's gonna be a moment that's gonna trend, and then someone's gonna be like, "Another Smash player."
Somebody's gonna come in his chat and do it anyway.
Of course,
We
but
just hope
like,
that the therapy is going to taper the reaction, just dial it back a
right,
bit.
it'll be a good way to prepare him for those things because I mean any therapist that hears that he's going to try and go back to the public eye is going to have to like do something to prepare him for backlash. And like I think he even mentioned something about like being prepared for other people to like not accept him. Like mentally he was in a state that he thought that everybody was not going to accept him. So him having that light from those people in the Discord being like, "Hey man, like we miss you, we're glad that you're okay," all that stuff. I mean, that's going to keep him up there, but he's also got to be mentally prepared for the people who are going to come through and try to troll. People are going to try to come through and get some clout, all that bullshit.
Yeah, there's gonna be a Twitch ID that donates to his channel called Captain Brack and Lieutenant Zach. It's gonna happen.
Mhm.
These are things that man has got to be prepared for. And if he's not, I'd hate to see things snowball out of control even worse for him. I mean, especially during this whole pandemic thing. But holy shit.
Bro, that was oddly specific, man. Like, it sounded like you gonna be Lieutenant Zach in the chat. Is that
No,
what's
what do you?
going on?
I've been on the internet for quite some time. I've seen these things. You've never seen. Come on, man. You know damn well we had people out there with some creative usernames where they just change one character in a name to troll somebody. Let's not
I
act like
mean,
this some
real
new tech.
quick, real quick. Besides EMP Obama and oh my God, what's the other one? Anyways, Roach King's Thighs. Besides those people, you had the illustrious Marvel stream icon, Marvel stream celebrity, Gay Fetus, who was banned from Twitch for quite some time because the name Gay Fetus apparently was just bannable, even though Gay Fetus didn't do anything that was like really bannable. Gay Fetus showed up in Marvel chats and hung out, and everybody loved him. Loved them, and Gay Fetus has returned under a new name, which I will not release here because I don't want, Twitch to hear this and be like, "You know what? We're going to ban him again. Trying to come back. How dare you?" And it's like,
Excuse me, sir. You try to do ban evasion? Not on my watch. Hey, man, you never know, man. Twitch could have some ops in the chat. You never know.
you're right.
Twitch really be out here sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think that you alone. You think that you safe. But trust me, that copyright bot, it's not just listening for music. It's not just listening for the DMCA. I'm sure if I say a banned username, it'll report back and be like, "What? Ban evasion? Nah, sounds like a spy." And then they're coming through. So yeah, keep their keep their channel anonymous for now, because I don't want to see these negative repercussions befall someone else just due to our
Unrespectful
negligence.
MD? How dare you get here?
Oh damn, it's over, bro. He's cooked. He's cooked. He'll be gone tomorrow morning. Why'd you do him like that, bro? I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this. It wasn't my fault. I tried to keep you anonymous. We should have put the deep filter on you. Yeah.
Hey, man.
I was the perpetrator, formerly known as Gay Fetus. have the blackout silhouette. Oh man. Hey, sometimes it's like that. But speaking and being in some phony meat and some sticky situations,
Mm.
3D printed steaks. Like, what the fuck is going on here, man? You were talking about this earlier. Talk to me. What's going on
The
here?
revolution of food has begun. Now that we're all trying to find these alternatives to meat, so that I don't know. I guess animals can die less, because actually this goes into, oh wow, this could save us from the next pandemic, by the way, because a theory that has now been publicized by the great John Oliver is that actual, like, disease, I guess disease scientists would be a way to say it. Those people actually predicted COVID happening, because they were like, there's going to be some sort of pandemic related to some sort of disease related to bats, because of the way that humans have been like treating these animals and the diseases that they carry, and how that's going to get into our ecosystem, and it's going to spread across the world. And of course, people ignored that. They were like, he's just talking. I mean, he's just
Look. No pun intended. That does sound a little bat shit crazy.
yeah. If you had some dude, even though he was like an expert on diseases and how diseases are spreading and stuff like that, like you just heard him say this like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. You'd be like, wow, nah, man, we have regulations for all those things. We wouldn't allow something like that to happen. And yeah, then you hear about all the like shitty like markets in Wuhan and all these other like countries
Yo,
that.
some of these countries be trying to sell you water that they get out the
Mhm,
sewers to wash their
mhm.
clothes.
Yeah.
And they don't boil it. No, it's just that's the only water that is afforded to them at the time. And they don't have like a fancy purifier. They don't have like, gas heat. They out there with pots and boiling water. And let's be honest, you ain't gonna boil your clothes. So water can't be but too hot. So you ain't
I
gonna
mean,
get
some of
all
these
those germs out
countries,
there. Sometimes you gotta, if you want to have a sandwich, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you gotta recycle some old pots and pans, bro.
exactly. Some of these
It's not
countries
good.
have these like they have these like regulations. The way they do things that are like they're it's just dirty, and they know it's dirty, but they're like, and nobody's stopping me, so I got to get the bag. I'm poor, or I got to get the bag because I need more money so I can live a life of luxury somehow in America. But yeah, so now we have all these scientists who are putting their money into figuring out how to make plants taste like meat, so that we can be healthier, and also not eat animals that could be diseased, that could cause COVID-20 or COVID, I don't know, 36 to come out over here, and then we're all inside again. So an Israeli company, I think it's like Aleph something, I can't remember, it's like Aleph something, but they were able to 3D print the molecules needed to put together a full lab grown ribeye.
And they say they should be able to replicate any cut of meat once they perfect this technology.
Mm-hmm.
I
So this,
I know I'm not a science man. I'm not the biggest brain on campus, but I'm gonna say cap, big cap. And the only reason I'm saying big cap is not too long ago, y'all just came out with this fantastic thing. And by fantastic, I'm putting in air quotes, was this fake veggie meat that you've been trying to ship to people at Burger King. And I think KFC has like veggie chicken now. So
impossible meat.
yeah,
Just
the impossible meat. And like when they say things like it tastes just like the real thing, that is the biggest cap of the 21st century thus far.
I've tasted the Impossible Whopper. You guys can't fool me. The commercials had me at first. They're like, man, it tastes just like a Whopper. I was like, oh, maybe I'll check it out. I mean, I want to be healthy.
Here's the
And
thing.
oh,
I knew
oh
I knew
boy.
that was cap because the regular Whopper was still on the menu. And I was like, nah, I've seen this mix up before. Coke Zero. Same great Coke taste. Nah, bro.
Coke Zero.
Cap. Cap. I know
What was
caps
the
when I sees it, and I know caps when I hear it, bro.
what was the other like Coke Zero thing? Like not Diet Coke, not Coke Zero, but it was like I don't know, Coke low calorie or some shit like that, or like Pepsi low calorie or something that was like in that same
No,
vein. And it
there
was
was Coke 0 calories, but then there's like Coke Zero sugar, I believe.
yeah, I think it was like low sugar or like no sugar Coke or something like that. And like recently came back and got the same response of like, okay, but we don't
But
want it
nobody
that bad.
asked for this, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Right.
Put that back on the drawing board and keep it there. Like, don't put a pin in it and then staple it and then gorilla glue it to the goddamn fucking board. All right. Don't take this off again. Don't do it.
So a
Nobody
left
asked for
arm,
it. Nobody wants for it. But anyways, back to 3D
a
me.
left arms, they've bioengineered a 3D printed lab grown ribeye steak that's supposed to rival that of like real steak, and it's got the nutrients inside of it to produce the texture and qualities of a real steak, which I don't, yeah, like I don't. They're trying to put that out, and then also put it out in like common markets so that people don't kill animals. And I understand that concept of not wanting to like having an alternative to killing animals and eating their meat, but this sort of thing it's not going to taste the same. Like it's
Look,
if you can do that,
if it tastes the
I'm
same,
on board. But
if it tastes the same, I'm gonna start sweating bullets. I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna be frightened because that tells me that we are only one step away. Like right now, we're like a few steps away, but we would only be one step away from an Umbrella Corporation bioweapon.
oh come on, man. Just
Like,
because they just cloned a ferret today doesn't mean we're gonna get zombies, right?
look, bro. Look,
Instead,
all I'm
we're
saying
gonna get
is,
Wesker.
I think I'd see a Wesker or a Tyrant running down the street, and that's the last thing I fucking want. All right, I don't want to open my door trying to get my mail, going outside, in my fucking joggers and a t-shirt. They hear stars.
Okay,
I'm not trying to do all that.
but think about this though. What if it gives us what's her name? Demishka, whatever, tall lady, 9 foot tall lady from Resident Evil Village. What if that is the result? We get tall lady and witches in hoodies.
Pause. First of all, I don't know if you looked in the mirror recently, but we are black. And I don't know if you see her dress style and her demeanor. She definitely says the N-word with the hardest of R's, and I'm not about to be a victim. And she has claws, bro. Nah. No. Nah. Negative. Sorry, bruh. Can't do it. Won't do it. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not on a moat. Not on a boat. I will not have 9-foot lady, nor will I have green eggs and fucking ham. No.
Hey, man. Everybody got to die sometime. It's better to just go out like Squidward with the cheeks in the face, man. Just squished.
You know what? You go ahead. You go ahead. I'll write that on your fucking tombstone. Got
Write that on my tombstone.
Yep, got called the N-word and then sat on by same
nah,
white lady.
Man,
there
nah.
you go.
Whoa. I ain't say she's gonna call me the N-word. We ain't sat on because I threw hands because someone thought to throw the N-word. But hey.
All right. All right. I'm gonna let you put on your simp glasses for now.
Hey man, the game is gonna give us the secret. So once the game is released, if that does actually happen, we're already prepared on how to deal with that threat. See?
Don't worry, Chris about to be a werewolf. Until you become a werewolf, I don't think you go deal with this threat.
Dude, bro, if that make Chris a werewolf.
I know it might be a red herring because Resident Evil trailers have done that in the past. But I was like, look, man, if Chris becomes a werewolf, I don't know what I'm playing anymore, bro.
Exactly. Like,
also, I think it's wild. I think it's wild that Ethan got his girl back at the end of 7, thanks to Chris. My man opened up the door and be like, Chris, huh?
I'm here to take your girl back.
It's like, what do you mean, Chris? What are you talking about? Then he just starts capping her up and kills her. He's like, sorry, Ethan. I was like, Chris, you're really shit at your job if you let Ethan live, because I'm sure the Umbrella told you to handle whatever the fuck this is somewhat discreetly.
Nah, man. See, what happened was his girl actually has the virus inside of her. So she was actually going to spread the virus and create more of the tall ladies. And once that happened, it was going to be game over for everybody. So he had to do what he had to do. And somehow he left Ethan alive because, I don't know,
Ethan
he felt
somehow
bad or something.
immune? Or it only affects
Kill.
women. There you go. There you go.
Oh my god, a sexist virus? Oh, whoa. Capcom, please. No, don't do that.
Rated M for misogyny. Look, bro, at this point, I'll fucking believe it. I'll believe
If
it.
they can bioengineer whatever creates that lady and her witches, they can also bioengineer something that can make me have the powers of Albert Wesker without the drawback of, I don't know, losing my mind. So,
And not becoming a one-tracked mind power trip fiend.
exactly. See,
That's that was the downfall. My man could have really just took out Chris at like any of like the 5 points he met that man. But for some reason, he just, I don't know, the plot said use disable on his fucking common sense. And then he was like, oh, I'm in a volcano now. And that's just kind of how
look,
his life
man,
went.
there are positive aspects of this. See, the Marvel movies are also popular right now, and that has taught us that there will be a super soldier serum. And you know, the Marvel comics have let us know that there is not just one person who was injected with that super soldier serum and it worked out all right for him. US Agent is also a person, and he's going to be in that new show with Bucky and Falcon. So, you know, US Agent also exists. And I don't know what was the dude that was in Jessica Jones. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, super soldier serum. We're all gonna get super strong and then not age and then go back in time and find the one that got away and then live out our lives and get really old. And
This is some
you know,
Alex Jones shit you spitting to me right now. I just want you to know that right now. Like, you are starting
that's
to
right.
hurt
The
me.
globalists are gonna take it away from us, and then they're gonna test it on the cows, and then they're gonna splice it with the humans.
And are you gonna let them take our super serum away? I think not. Stay awoke, America. Like, come on, bro. Let's not. But
Okay, so Alex Jones wise, it'll be the super soldier serum that turned a Green Goblin into himself in the Sam Raimi movies. Where he was just like, he was fine, but he was also crazy sometimes. He was just like, that's right, Spider-Man. And Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Yo, Godspeed Spider-Man is actually one of the greatest lines in fucking cinema because it's so,
Oh my
it's
God.
so what? Just Godspeed Spider-Man.
Don't tell Harry.
just a gigantic capital L for that character. But speaking of capital L's and movies, the Mortal Kombat movie trailer just recently dropped. Now, I did not read the plot synopsis. There's like 2 of them that have leaked. You said you were going to tell me one live on the podcast.
I know
but wait,
what the plot synopsis
but wait.
is. So
I would like to take a stab in the dark. If I'm wrong, then you can tell me that I'm wrong. All right.
Okay.
So anyways, the trailer comes out. I recorded a reaction. If you haven't seen the reaction, go ahead and check out my YouTube channel. And we watched it. I broke it down. I saw some interesting things in there. They brought up that there was a birthmark, and I don't know if any of you guys have seen Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but the Mortal Kombat franchise has had these dragon birthmark tattoos before. And let me tell you something. Boy, it was a dog shit idea then, and I hope to God they are not repeating the same mistakes. Now, in the trailer, they say it's 2 seconds later after they're saying it's a birthmark. 2 seconds later, a disembodied voice goes, "It's not a birthmark, Cole." And I'm like, wait, you can't have the same scene say it's a birthmark. It's not a birthmark. That's jarring. That's whiplash. But all right, fine. Which was then followed up by them saying it's an invitation. So did the Elder Gods know that these guys and girls were going to be godlike at birth? Or, because that's kind of fucking weird if that's how that's working. It's actually fucking strange.
I'm sorry.
Because if they have that much predictive nature in who they're giving the tattoos for, then they know that these people will probably be alive, which means they know how the tournament was going to pan out in the first. That's weird. That's strange. And that's in the trailer. But, you know, that's a whole different can of worms that I'm not going to open here because it's all speculation at this point. But the trailer seems to show all the classic characters, and then Kano's just a good guy for some fucking reason, which I'm like, there's no way. There's 0% chance that he doesn't betray the gang. There's this 0% chance. Like, it's fucking Kano.
Mm-hmm.
And then Reptile shows up, but that could just be someone from the Saurian clan. It may not be actually Reptile, but whatever the fuck it was fucking hideous. And maybe that was the fucking point. But holy shit, if that's Reptile, that might be the worst incarnation of Reptile since Mortal Kombat Deception. Yes, the one with the fucking crab,
Oh my God, I
fighting
forgot.
style. Yeah, that. Uh, what reptile you know is a crab? Exactly. That's a crustacean, not a reptile. It was dumb. It was super dumb. But hey, Ed Boon and the gang over at Midway said, "This is what you want, right?" No, it's not what we want. And is it so wrong to ask that a Mortal Kombat trailer used the old Techno Syndrome like original theme? Like, I understand that they don't want to use it as a crutch, but it's literally the best. It's actually just the best. Just use it. You own it. You got it, right? Like, am I wrong? I mean, hell, you even got New Line Cinema to pick up this movie, and they did the first two. There's no reason why I shouldn't be here. And there was a remix in the trailer, but it was one of those change the genre, change the mood remixes to where unless you have an ear for the song, you probably didn't even know that they were playing the remix during the trailer. You probably just didn't even notice it. You probably weren't even really paying that deep attention to it.
I was too flabbergasted by all the nostalgia being thrown in my face of things that completely ruin this movie for me because I know the lore of the game. And all right, okay, just let me know when you want me to go into like what it's actually going to be about and like.
So then in the trailer we see that Melina is going to be black, but Katana is still going to probably be Asian, which that opens up a whole myriad of, well, if this is a clone, how did we get here?
Or yeah, you can explain that away though.
Or is Katana gonna be black? Because I don't think we saw Katana during the trailer. We saw like literally everybody else though. We saw all the Earth.
From what I've seen, she hasn't even been like her.
Like she hasn't been casted,
hasn't been revealed.
Or revealed at all. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck? And then there was a Goro in there, and Goro looked kind of sick, but he also looked like weird CGI, but still sick. Didn't look as like, realistic as the prop suit from the first movie, but didn't look as dog shit as Shiva in the second movie, which was really weird because, you know what, practical effects aside, Shiva just looked weird, but I'm gonna blame the lighting for that film.
Yeah, it was mostly the lighting. She looked fine to me. It's just she was in the wrong light most of the time, and then she got fucking squashed.
Then she got squashed. Well, I just feel like that whole movie was just bad news bears for everybody involved. But anyways, moving past
I love that movie. I'm not even gonna lie. Yo, just playing Rain's death twice. Two different you can't beat that. Yeah, you cannot beat that.
Baraka got launched, and I was like, that's Rain again. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, that killed me. Like, oh man, I didn't even notice for years.
I was like, let me get this straight. So you telling me that suit just can't get near the fire, so we can't knock the Baraka head in there? Because like if we get near the fire, it's just completely done. All right, send Rain. Like that whole movie is just ugh. But anyways, so they bring up in this trailer that there's a character who fights in the cage, and his name is Cole. Now, for those of you who don't know, Cole is not a character in MK lore up to this point. He seems like a movie original, and this seems like it's either one of two things. Number one, it's a generic NPC character that casual fans can now imprint themselves on because he's his own character and he can be somewhat relatable to the audience abroad who don't.
Cole Everyman.
Yeah, Cole Everyman, who's not like, a big guy, someone who's not a big MK fan can relate to, whatever. Or this is a code for it's Johnny Cage, but we didn't want to use the name Johnny Cage. Which worries me, because if it's the second one, this whole thing could be a movie. And when I say a movie, I mean like it's a movie within a movie. Like it'll say finish him, and then Shao Kahn will like hit somebody with a hammer, and then the director goes, cut, come on, man. That's come on, bro. You can't do that. Let's take it from the top. And then like it'll do like a hard flash, and then it'll go back into like real Mortal Kombat movie looking thing, and you're like, oh, so now it's a real fight, but it's still the movie fight. And then there's only one reason, well, technically there's two reasons why I think this could be the case. Reason number one, in the trailer, and I know you show things out of order in trailers, but when they showed the fight scene between Sub-Zero and Scorpion gets his hand cut off, and then in the next scene he has both hands and he throws a spear. So I was like, okay, you could say that's a cut and a reshoot. But then at the end of the trailer, after it says "you mother," like Kano's like Kano wins, and then says his little one-liner. It cuts to a whole bunch of characters getting brutaled. Like Melina dies. It looks like some character looks like Sindel. Like a bunch of characters get wiped, and like it's on the screen long enough where if you pause it, you can see who died. So I haven't read either of the leaked, air quotes, leaked plot synopses, but I will keep, if you want to pause the video or if you want to mute the video, I'm gonna keep doing my hands like this till he's done telling me that the synopsis is gone. So when you don't see me doing this, you know there's time to come back to the video, turn the audio back on. So please continue. What is the plot that you read?
Okay, so yeah, you got it. Cole is the chosen one, who is the chosen one Earth warrior who is destined to save the world in the ancient art of mortal combat that Sonya described in that trailer, and that very terrible scene where she's like, "Yeah, that's right." The
7
ancients
years ago, in a distant land.
It's like the ancients called it Mortal Kombat.
Cultures from many different civilizations, and I'm like, you're making it seem like you already understand there's more than Earthrealm. Like I feel like there's a lot of things that you ain't supposed to know at this point in the journey. But hey, it is what it is. So
I
when you
don't think
say
it's even like I don't even think they're gonna introduce the other realms. I think people are just metahumans, which
so, Shao
oof.
Kahn is just gonna be guy with hammer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, wait.
Sub-Zero is gonna be man with ice powers.
So
Which,
wait.
by the way, I am really pissed that he did the blood thing, because that means Scarlet is like not even going to be close to this movie as a character to like bring in
What are you
for
talking
like
about? We
cool
know
stuff.
Ermac's not coming. Why? Because he took Jax's arms.
That's
Sub-Zero's doing everybody's job.
yeah, I know. I was so confused when I saw that. I was like, this is not how this happens. I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, it
Are you
works.
saying it's a movie within a movie job?
Sub-Zero's not even Bihan, from what I know. And
Is it
he's
Kwai Lang?
also he's the villain. Like, I don't think he's either of them. He's just some villain named Sub-Zero. Like, I don't think they've like confirmed that he's Bihan or Kwai Lang.
All right, so my next question is, and boy, my arms are starting to get tired doing this waving in a circle shit, but hey, this is the sign I told them. But so is it a movie within a movie though?
From what I've seen, no. It's all legit. It's going to be the chosen one saves everyone using his Mortal Kombat chosen one powers that we don't know about.
So the first guess was right. Cole Everyman.
Cole Everyman, yes. Cole Everyman is going to show up and save everyone from the metahumans that are killing people. Also, Sub-Zero, Scorpion is not Scorpion. He's just
Angry
Hanzo.
yellow ninja Hanzo dude.
Yeah, he's just Hanzo. Hanzo, was it Hisashi? Was that his real last name?
Hasashi.
Yeah. So, I mean, the actor who's playing him is a good actor, and I'm sad about that, because like there'll probably be some pretty decent like action in this movie, but it's all going to be like callbacks to like shit that's in the game. Even though, how do you hire writers for this movie, for this video game, where for the last 3 games they've tried to give you a cinematic story, a cinematic telling of the actual lore and story of the game, so that you can literally just copy and paste it and then make a few adjustments here and there to make it like a little bit more sensible, or a little bit more like, interesting for people to see. And then you just say, nah, fuck all of that. We're just going to do something totally different. And nobody is what you expect him to be. Besides Jax, he loses his arms, because he's got to have the arms, you know what I'm saying? He's got to have them. And
Look, I mean, in
I
Mortal
don't know, him
Kombat
and Sony are
Annihilation.
police.
Well, here's the thing: Mortal Kombat Annihilation, he had him, and he didn't lose his arms. He just built cyber arms for some reason.
Mm-hmm. He was like, yeah, this makes me cool. Yeah. And then, they fucking, what is it? Raiden was just like, no. The real power is in your real arms. He's like, okay. And then at the end, he just gave people the hands with his regular arms. And I was like,
nah, that's cap. He took his arms off and hit that man in the nuts.
yeah.
My man hit that man in the dick, which is weird because I was like, so centaurs have their dicks in the front? Like, this is, That was not lore that I needed to know.
Yeah, that shit didn't make any sense. It was like, whatever. I mean, at least Mataro's not like jumping at people like he does in the video game. So,
Bro, Mataro's death animation in the video games is good. He just slumped, bro. So that's the best. That character's broken, by the way, and I do not like fighting him. I'd rather fight Goro and Shao Kahn a million more times when I see Motaro, bro. I don't need that man just Ubering at me talking about, hey, you want to go to losers bracket real fast? What are you talking about? This is the arcade lab. And then that red orb, and then you just die, bro. It's over. You lost.
You have 3 video games. 3 video games where you could just pick the story and then turn that into a movie, and it would be a very entertaining movie. I mean, MK9, you could take out some of the like fluff there, whatever, right? You could do MKX and then just make it like the original MK team instead of the kids doing most of the shit. And like zombies or like the Revenants are just random like Revenant characters or just villain characters who are there in place of the Revenants instead, and then Sindel is there or whatever. You could do all these things, but instead they're like, Cole Everyman is going to save us in the combat tournament known as Mortal Kombat, using his Everyman powers.
Are you ready?
And his amazing tattoo.
Are you guys ready for the cross promotion with MK11 that they're going to have? The movie skins. No. And here's the thing: are they going to have Johnny Cage be Johnny Cole, or is his stunt double going to be Cole?
I think Johnny Cage is going to be in the movie.
You think he'll be in the movie?
I think he'll like show up at some point in time. Like he'll be like Cole's best friend or some shit like that and show up. But like everybody has to be weak compared to Cole, which is why Liu Kang didn't look as impressive in that trailer.
Yeah, because Liu Kang looked like dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
Liu Kang looked like an NPC. And that's really weird for Mortal Kombat. Like when you think of Mortal Kombat, you think of
Liu
Scorpion,
yeah. Sub-Zero, Raiden.
Exactly.
With a side of Kano and Sonya. Those are like normally like your main 6 go-tos for, yeah, that's MK right there.
Also, do they hate Sonya or something? Like I don't get what it is with like always casting Sonya with like an actress who just could not possibly understand what that character does or what she represents at all every time. Like that trailer alone.
Well, here's the thing. I think they have Sonya on like a moving target. Like some games she's stoic. Some games she's like some storyline she's the wise one. In some incarnations she's combat time.
All right. So as a character, Sonya represents the strong cop who is all American girl, but also is not like weak and vulnerable like ever. Like
and
she's always
has
like
trust issues.
Right, has trust issues, whatever, but like she doesn't put like her emotions into her work or anything like that. So she's more focused on like getting the W in these matches and whatnot. And she's like a strong fighter, and she's got tech that allows her to do certain things.
And
but none of these movies, they don't cast anyone that does anything close to any of that. Besides, like I guess the first one, but
the first one did it. The second one made it to where Sonya was kind of like a footnote.
She was like an NPC. It was weird.
Yeah, like it was like, what is going on here? Like she was just there to set up Jax for one-liners.
She didn't even seem like a cop, honestly.
No, she was literally there to set Jax up for one-liners. Get down, Sonya. Does that mean what I think it means?
That dude was casted from
American Gladiator.
Yeah, American Gladiator. There we go. So you can only expect so much.
And it was just really weird. I don't know. Like the way they handle Sonya is really weird because in the MK11, it was like, so you spent probably a big check to get Ronda Rousey to do it so she could be there and dead by the end of chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
This confuses me.
Also, why not just get Ronda Rousey for the movie instead of like the video game?
Who knows? I mean, you gotta remember, she has a bunch of anxiety issues that she's talked about. She's made those public. Because, I mean, she did the whole wrestling thing, and then once the wrestling fans kind of started to, boo her out of the building a little bit, She has not returned to TV since, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
I mean, if she signed up for a movie contract, it would have been better than signing up for the game contract. Like most of the flack she got for the game was probably because of the direction of like how they wanted Sonya to be in the game for like the, I don't know, 5 minutes that she's in the story, which is trash. But like for the movie, they would have wanted her to be like more animated and like a real character.
I mean, she already
So,
technically had a practice run at this because she was in the Expendables 3.
mhm.
So she knows how to be tough, gritty, fuck you up soldier.
She was also in Fast, what was it, Fast 7?
Was she?
Question mark? You know, the one where Jason Statham was the bad guy. She was one of the bodyguards in Dubai.
Oh yeah. Wait, was she?
Yeah.
Holy shit, you're right. In 2015.
Yeah, she got beat up by Michelle Rodriguez.
That was a thing. That was a thing.
She was also in the first, like, I don't know, 20 minutes of Mile 22.
That one's out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I unfortunately watched that movie. They hyped it up as like her being like one of the people who's on this crazy, amazing, like, you know, Black Ops like team or whatever. In the first 5 minutes, they got run down by the bad guys, and Ronda Rousey literally blew herself up as like a diversion to get everyone else to safety because she got hit by some bullets and she was gonna die.
I'm bleeding. Wait, so she already had an audition for MK11.
There we go. There you go.
I was like, wait, this plot seems very eerily familiar. Yeah, I know what this is.
That movie is going to be fan service, and like I'm okay with that, but I also
look,
like.
Here's the thing. Here's my biggest fear. I said this in the video, but my biggest fear is they're going to do the same thing that DC tried to do, where they want to establish this huge, big, overarching universe to set up for like a lineage of films, and they're going to put too much shit in it. Like, there's going to be too many characters. It's going to suffer from Spider-Man 3 syndrome, where you're going to have like 14 villains, 52 heroes, characters that show up just for like one small fight scene before they get duggied, even if they're fan favorites. Like Melina's just going to jump out, try to stab some NPCs with a sai, fight a regular character with a name, get bodied, get decapitated, and it's like, and then we move on in 6 minutes. Which would then just be a waste of having a fan favorite character that was super requested to a point to where we had to deal with them getting put into Mortal Kombat 11 just to have them show up on the silver screen and they get duggy. Because remember, they did this in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Jax and Sonya were just doodly 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 doo, and then Melina, who doesn't even get named, just jumps out and tries to just fucking Pearl Harbor him by diving onto him, starts fighting him. Then like Sonya and her start mud wrestling. Then Sonya kills her, and they're like, "That was weird," and they just walk away.
Yep. Also, MK already has in like everyman NPC dude that they could put whatever personality they want on.
Don't say Striker, bro.
No, not Striker, bro. Could you imagine? Like that is the thing that they really missed out on. Like if they really wanted to make an MK movie, that would be like wild. Make Striker the main character. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
bro, his first name is literally just Curtis, bro.
Exactly. Like what? NPC cop man who just for some reason is the chosen warrior. Like, come on. But Cobra.
You know what we need? Nah, stop. I'm gonna stop you right there. Nah, I don't want to fucking see
instead of Cole, just have Cobra. Like, Cobra Kai is working well right now too. It's like, come on.
Nah, this is what we need.
They missed it.
This is what we need. We need a movie to start off as a buddy cop movie, and it's Stryker and Cabal.
Oh, beautiful.
That's the movie we need.
And then Kentaro shows up and like bodies Cabal, and Stryker's like, I need my revenge. And then, MK lore gets seeped into there afterwards.
Just call it Mortal Kombat Stryker's Revenge. It writes itself. It prints money.
Actually, that's what I'm saying. The story has all these things that could be made into great movies, and they just didn't want to use any of it.
Right?
Hey guys, remember Sub-Zero? He's the bad guy now. It's like, nothing about that character is a bad guy. Like he's just a ninja with honor. Like
Oh,
that's the whole point.
wait. What if Sub-Zero isn't named Sub-Zero because it's Quan Chi right now?
They're not going to do anything that great.
Because remember in the trailer we saw we saw Hanzo outside fighting these dudes, but then we see it cut to the little sliding door with a sword going through it and blood. And it's like that's his family. His family just got chopped up.
Yeah,
it could be Quan Chi. It could be Quan Chi Sub-Zero right now during the illusion.
Nah, I feel like they're going to hype up the Sub-Zero versus Scorpion thing because that's what people remember, and they don't know shit about the whole like Quan Chi made Scorpion thing, and so they're just gonna make it so that Sub-Zero does all the bad things. Like Sub-Zero ripped off Jax's arms, Sub-Zero killed Scorpion's family, Sub-Zero I don't know, kills Johnny Cage. I don't know, man.
Look, I'm trying to have hope, man. Like I know it's not a good thing to have hope in, but like, when you look at it, it looks okay.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where we've been burned by this match 1,000 times, and I refuse to let it count even a tick higher. Like, I am very wary of this, but it's gonna be on HBO Max, which I'm already paying for because I'm already watching things. So when it shows up, I'm just gonna watch it. Like, it's only gonna cost me its runtime. It's not gonna cost me anything extra on the overhead, so I'm not too worried about it. But like, if I had like gun to my head, no COVID, had to go see this in a movie theater, the chances of me going to see it are not 100%. I will say that. They're better than 50% that I'll see it, but they're not 100. But since it's something I already have, then whatever. But yeah, I'm very upset at what you told me about the plot of this movie. I just want you to know that.
I've known this before this trailer was even close to coming out, so I was sad. Like I saw some people like getting pissed about it on Twitter, and they're like, really? They're just gonna insert some lore, some character who's not a part of the lore, who's just an everyman? Like, you could have done so many things. And I'm like, once again, they take a video game and decide to make a movie out of it because the video game is popular, and they did nothing to look at, I don't know, the lore of the video game that's actually interesting. Regardless of what people say, fighting games actually do have very, very interesting stories. All of them.
Well, not according to a certain developer like Capcom, because in order to play Marvel vs. Capcom 4, we got to play Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting, because some of y'all are like, what the fuck type of segue was that? How did you go from Mortal Kombat to Chun Li and Fortnite? Well, this is a double whammy, because there was an article written by Jezebel, which I'm convinced is a parody. I refuse to believe that there's someone on this planet whose brain cells have somehow malfunctioned to a certain point to where they would write an article that says, where is Chun Li in the Mortal Kombat movie? Where is she? And then putting an edit of, oh, I forgot, she's a Street Fighter character, not an MK character. Because we already know Jezebel writes a whole bunch of WTF, this is bullshit articles for clicks all the time. Because, I mean, let's face it, during COVID, you need clicks. And what way to get clicks than to write some Mondo cap? Just Mondo stupid stuff to get clicks, because that generates revenue. And at the end of the day, if you get there and disagree, who cares? You already clicked and read the article. They already got your CPM. You lose.
The people who are going to fall for that article also are the people who are going to like love the MK movie. And I already know that. And that's why I'm like disappointed. It could have been better, but
yeah, like that was just an article that was clearly written for bait. But you may be saying, all right, you made it relate to the MK movie, but I'm not seeing how there's going to be a Fortnite relation. Well, apparently there's a Street Fighter portal that has opened up in Fortnite, which means Capcom's favorites, Ryu and Chun Li, are going to be playable in Fortnite. Yes, Epic Games has that type of money, which goes to prove the X-Men are there, Capcom characters are there, Marvel vs. Capcom is happening, you got John Wick. Like, we are at a point now to where we have confirmed that as long as you can secure the bag, Disney doesn't give a fuck. They'll let you have any character you want in your game. But Capcom does not have Epic Games money. I don't know what they're going to do to acquire said money.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, but see, that's on the Switch, though.
Street Fighter V, the Premier Pack. Yeah, Premium Pass.
But that goes to the CPT.
Street Fighter V Character Pass.
Bro, they can't even get us our characters on time. What the fuck do you think?
11.
No. Not Capcom's last hope. 11. Bro, when I saw that reveal, I said I would be hella pissed if I bought the season 4 pass blind. I'd have been mad. My first
mystery final character.
My characters are Dan 11. Which is weird because when I see 11, I'm like, but doesn't Seth already do that? Like, am I wrong?
Yeah, but Seth doesn't transform into those characters, see? Also, I think somewhere in the lore, it's implied that Seth is like a beta of like 12 and 11, like that experiment. So,
I mean, I get that, but it just feels like it's weird that they would be in back-to-back packs. I don't know.
I know,
maybe,
right?
Maybe it's just me, but...
Well, do you know how 11 works in the game?
I could have swore he's kind of like an Adaptoid. Like, I don't know if it's random, but he has moves from every character and he shapeshifts.
Nah, he's Mokujin. He turns into a character. You don't pick like a V trigger or any of that for the character. He turns into the character, picks their V trigger, picks their V skill, all of that, and that's the character you're gonna play.
But he doesn't have any differences?
No.
So he's literally just a random select as a character.
Mm-hmm. And they Smashified it. You remember wireframes in Smash, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it a blob character.
I don't believe you. He has to have some differences. He has to have some character-specific shit.
None whatsoever.
No, I don't believe you. I just don't believe you.
Bonus character.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Because of no, you did not just give random select a face. I don't believe you.
Now you know how it is to be a Street Fighter V fan, man.
Nah, see, he's got to have like his frame data's got to be different. Like his moves have to have unique. I just don't believe you.
Because wouldn't that be amazing?
Because if that's the case, then at this point, just replace the question mark on random and just put 11's face there. Don't even give him a character slot.
They might do that. I don't know.
Nah, bro. No, bro. So you're getting guest, joke character, random select, final surprise character. Oh, Rose. And then final surprise character. I hope Rose is everything y'all want. That's all I can really tell y'all at this point.
So Dan is actually going to be a real character in Street Fighter V, though, because his V skill lets him cancel, it lets him taunt cancel everything, basically. I think V skill 1 lets him cancel normals and special moves into other normals. V skill 2 lets him cancel his special moves into a taunt.
Does he still do no damage?
I'd have to double check. It looked like he was doing decent damage. So,
look, all I can say is I hope. That's the best thing I can give y'all Street Fighter fans is I hope. I don't play your game. I haven't played it since season 2. Every change that I've seen just kind of further pisses me off. But that's me. If it's
$40 premium pass.
And the anger just keeps intensifying. But speaking of which, at least with Street Fighter, I can get into their fucking game. Unlike Guilty Gear Strive. I've tried to get into that beta 4 times during beta periods, and all I get is R code failed to load. R code failed to load. R code failed to load until the beta just tells me fuck off. So I have not been able to get in, unfortunately. It's been kind of upsetting because I kind of quite enjoyed the first beta when we only had 6 characters. Now there's what, 11 characters that are
Yeah,
playable.
yeah. Every character that's been announced besides Anji.
So like, you know, I would love to get in there. I would love to tear it up, but unfortunately, I have not found a way to do that. I have not found a way to get my hands on the game because every time I try to launch it, I get all these error codes, and like it's just gotten to a point to where it's become a meme. Because as you guys have seen on Twitter, there have been so many people who just kept showing the R code failure message. And it's got to a point where a lot of people can't even get in there. And like, can we normalize just having an offline mode where if your server's down, I can at
There
least
we go.
play training mode?
There we go. Make it playable. But nah, man, this is a beta for the net code only. This is to stress test the net code. That's why it doesn't have matchmaking. It's so that you can see that you here in America can play someone
All
in
right,
Tokyo.
wait. Hold
And
up. Hold up. Let's follow this logic. What about the closed beta? We had the same problem. You couldn't play offline.
yeah,
And that
because
wasn't
that was
stress
also
testing
a stress test, so that you, delay-based netcode guy, can play someone who is in delay-based netcode Japan, and then you can test whether or not the delay-based netcode was really good. And we found out it is not what people want. Therefore, we have given them rollback.
Man, they should give Combo Fiend's job to you, bro. You know how to do that double talk for the corporation.
Look, man, Combo Fiend is working for Sony. He's fine. Look, he's fine. All right,
I'm
he's
not saying that
okay
he's
now.
not fine. I'm just saying Capcom should have just replaced him with you. That's all I'm saying.
I would never. I would have fought Capcom. Like, nah, man. Like, what are you talking about? You guys want me to explain this trash that you guys are doing? You want me to explain that? You want me to not mention the fact that Disney won't let you have the characters that you need for this to be a Marvel versus Capcom game, and you want me to say it without saying that Disney is trash? All right.
Nah, man. Abdul, your boy over here, Mr. Fraud, was like, I'm not about to be a victim. You're not about
Of course not.
You ain't about to have me get burned at the stake. I've seen this before. I'm not a victim
Especially
of a witch hunt.
Considering how it all panned out anyways. All those people who worked on most of the people who worked on it ended up having to like do other like separate ways from Capcom anyways. And on top of that, it got out that Disney is trash, and Disney has not given Capcom another opportunity to make a versus game. So like, what the fuck was the point? Like,
exactly. And the other thing, like, I'll say this about the Strive beta is, I guess I'm gonna have to hate outside the club because I can't even get in. But given what I've seen, it looks an insurmountable amount better than the previous beta.
oh yeah.
Now that's not saying much because the bar was so low from that first beta, but right now, you know, it's looking kind of crisp. I do feel like some of the characters need to be fleshed out a little bit more, but it's only been like what, a day and a half? Unless you're a content creator, I think you've had an extra day, so 2.5 days. So everything hasn't really been figured out. Although there is one thing that they have to patch because it's the most sick and disgusting thing I've ever seen. If you Roman cancel a DP on block, you get a 50-50 mix-up? Nah, bro. Nah.
It's not even that, man. You can Roman cancel a normal and also get a 50-50. Oh, as Potemkin, you can get a full freaking super off on somebody and then Roman cancel that to get a full combo. Come on, man.
Look, bro. While that may sound egregious, nah, man, not on a DP. If I knock you down and I have to guess, bitch, nah, bro, turn the game off. This is an MK11. I already get enough of that shit. I've been guessing on Wake Up since MKX, bro.
There's some weird tech going on. Like you can do raw Roman cancel and like dash cancel out of that like full screen to get in. Someone posted a video of them doing tension block like across the screen, and it's like if they keep mashing tension block, they like get forward a little bit each time until they get in front of you. So I don't know. There's some things there that are going on that are very odd and interesting. But
because the other weird thing that I saw somebody do, right, is they hit somebody with like a consistent beam super and Roman cancel the beam as it fires.
oh yeah,
And
you
then,
can.
And then you instant air dash over them. So the hitbox is grinding them, and since the game doesn't have auto block, when they cross you up, you have to switch. You have to switch your block on the right frame, otherwise you just get hit by the rest of the super.
Good old guessies.
And since you're on the other side and the beam is pushing you towards them, they get Oki.
Isn't that amazing?
And I'm like, there's a level of disgust here that I'm not sure that I'm quite ready to deal with, to be honest with you. But hey, that's an anime fighter in a nutshell. Also, given what I'm seeing from this, that dungeon fighter game might be bad fucking ass, bro. We might have to look into that.
I don't know. We'll see. Because
I know
yeah,
we're still in the knock on wood phase, but
I want characters to get more fleshed out. And I mean, it looks like the combo system is going to be like pretty reliant on roaming canceling for everyone besides Nagayuki, because that man hits hard on Black History Month.
yeah, that man
He's like,
was really out here giving people the hands. Well, I should say the sword. He was giving them that pole.
This is for my ancestors. This is why I'm a vampire.
Or as that one NPC said in Law and Order SVU, when he was giving them that rope.
Oh my god. So I was in the beta for like 10 minutes, right?
Okay.
And I was in training mode. I was literally there for 10 minutes in training mode, and I was trying to figure out some Ramathal like stuff, and I paused and I like left for 5 minutes. I came back and I was booted out. I was like, oh, DC'd? Huh, weird. Interesting that like it could just disconnect me like that while I'm in training mode. I mean, I'm not even online. I'm just in training mode. And then after that, failed to load our code. Hey, do you want to create a new R code? Failed to load R code. Yeah, the beta is only available during the beta hours. I'm like, what?
and you're sitting there like it's the beta hours. What are you talking about? And then I heard it went down for like 4 or 5 hours, and then when it came back up, it was like at 5 a.m. our time, and they were like, "Yeah, man, they're welcome back to the beta." And the fiends just got on at 5 a.m. and I'm like, "Bro, y'all didn't even sleep."
Of course not.
I'm convinced that y'all were mashing X on your PlayStation for 4 hours during its
Bro, this is
downtime,
the
bro.
first fighting game of the new generation. Like, you gotta you gotta get as much as you can out of this.
Nah, man, that fear of missing out ain't gonna hurt me like that, bro. I'm not down that bad. Relax.
Well,
But I mean, if you want to keep it on the notion of being down bad, I mean, there was a whole Nintendo Direct that happened.
oh,
And look, we could talk about the Smash reveals. I don't care.
hey, I care. That character actually looks kind of neat to be in Smash. You know, that character looks pretty neat. But that's it. Like, that's the most I've gotten out of it. Oh, well, this character looks pretty neat. All right, well, March, huh? Okay.
And that's fine. Character could be neat or whatever, but it's also kind of like, it's Smash. But it finally gets you to technically 80 characters, because technically this is 79 with a transformation gimmick, which we've seen with Sheik and Zelda in the past. So, I mean, if you want to put 80 characters, all right, fine. That's a lot of matchups you're going to have to learn. It is what it is. But after that, it was shovelware, port, shovelware, trash, shovelware. No More Heroes 3.
Yeah.
That was a highlight.
No More Heroes 3, bringing back the world of Sand and Destroy, and also allowing you to fight aliens instead of assassins, which okay.
Yeah. And then more shovelware. Then there was Octopath Traveler Tactics, but it's not called that. It's like called Project Triangle, some shit like that. 3 triangles.
Project Triangle Strategy.
Yeah.
The best name a game could get. Oh my god.
But they said it was a working title. But like
But
I saw was Octopath Traveler Tactics. That's what I saw. Which, all right, fine. Then we had more shovelware, more garbageware, and then we had Apex Legends coming to the Switch. Now, you guys know Apex Legends is a cornerstone of my YouTube channel, and it's a game that I've been playing and cracking out on quite heavily. And it's a game that has crossplay with PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. We're all involved together, baby. All 5. Now the Nintendo Switch folks are getting their game. We already know that most Nintendo Switch are playing on Wi-Fi. with garbage internet connections, with terrible netcode. We also know the infrastructure in which the Nintendo Switch runs on is not up to snuff with any of the aforementioned consoles and PCs in that ecosystem. So I hope Nintendo Switch players are stuck only playing Switch players, because if they get crossplay, I do not need to see somebody teleporting like instant transmission Goku on the Switch. That and the Switch is one of the most hackable interfaces in the market today. I can only imagine how hacking that game will be so lickety split fucking easy. This is not something that I want. Now, don't get me wrong, we have a fair share of hackers on the PC, but the Switch, I would willing to say there's probably about a good 5% of Switch users out there that have hacked their Switch or know how to hack a Switch. Because it's not hard. You can literally pull up a YouTube tutorial right now. Take about 15 minutes.
It sure will.
I don't know if they still got to use the message where you have to like we have to open up the console and like untighten certain screws on your fucking Joy-Cons. There was like an exploit with your Joy-Cons and the pressure that the buttons. It was really weird.
That is really weird.
But hey, I guess it is what it is at this point. But yeah, the Nintendo Direct was kind of a big whiff-a-rooney. Because then at the end, they were like, let's try to call it all together. And they tried to have like this weird cinematic like trailer where it was like,
whoa. You're forgetting the best part of the Nintendo Direct, sir.
Don't you talk about Ninja Gaiden Sigma?
Nah. That is weird. But thank you for putting some sort of like acknowledgement towards Ninja Gaiden's existence. It'd be nice to have a Ninja Gaiden 4, to make up for Ninja Gaiden 3. But
no, the only reason why, let me tell you something. The only reason why Team Ninja is getting Sigma 2, and Razor's Edge on there is because this is compensation for having to work on Other M.
Look, man, it was a long time ago.
Man, I'm not letting it go.
We can't.
I'm not letting it go.
It's past. We've all forgotten now. We don't look.
I will always remember.
Has feelings, but not those feelings. Come on, guys. All right. Anyways, yeah, so you forget that the director for Breath of the Wild came out and he was like, "Hey guys,
no news."
I know that you're waiting for some news on Breath of the Wild too. Yeah, we have no news, but Skyward Sword HD coming out.
Remember that game that you all complained about and hated, and then you had to get the Wii Motion Plus for? Well, it's back.
Hey, it's coming to the Switch.
And this time we did the controls in a way that wasn't done by a brain dead ape. Woohoo! But hey, do you, Nintendo? Do you? You're archaic and as draconian as ever. But here's the thing: they ended it with this weird like cinematic, and like everyone was like, "Is this supposed to be like Splatoon 76? Like what the fuck is this Fallout shit?" And I was like, "Oh shit, Splatoon 3 is about to be a battle royale game." And then Splatoon 3.
That's what I thought too.
And then the trailer started happening. It was just regular Splatoon 3. But then I had a thought. So they didn't talk about Splatoon at all. There was like no hints, nothing. It just dropped, and it was a full trailer with some quote unquote gameplay in there. And you want to know what my thoughts were?
What?
This trailer was ready for months.
Yes.
And this trailer was supposed to drop at that tournament that ended up getting canceled because of the Smash #free Melee thing. I bet this trailer was supposed to come out last year, but they canceled that tournament. I'm willing to bet money on it.
Hey man, this trailer had no gameplay except for that part in the beginning where it showed you like changing your character, picking your character and whatnot. Like no gameplay, not gameplay here.
But do you think I'm right on that, or do you think that like
probably, yeah? But they probably added the part in the beginning with like picking the like character pieces and whatnot. Like that probably wasn't in the original trailer, and then they just added it to be like, "Hey guys, look what you can do in this game that we're offering to you." And yeah,
perhaps
now. Well, Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 is coming out, and it's probably going to have some sort of like Warzone, type of battle royale mode incorporated in there at some point.
Well, the reason why I thought it was gonna be a battle royale is because this train shows up. I was like, oh my god, we're
Oh
gonna.
my god, that was so like that was so.
That's also like, oh god, are we gonna jump out of a train? Is that how this works? And it's like, nah.
Yeah, I was frightened. I was like, no, don't do this to Splatoon. Like, I know that that's your like premier like shooting game, but please don't
We don't have to go
don't
that
do it.
far.
Oh, by the way, one of those shovelware games
Hmm.
definitely influenced by Fortnite. Like the design of that game was completely influenced by Fortnite, and I was like, Fortnite has ruined video games because of this. Like, stop doing this.
Wait, no, there
It
was
only works for Fortnite. It barely works for Fortnite now. Our characters are getting ruined by being put into Fortnite in this like goofy design, and that's not why kids like Fortnite. Okay.
there is one game where I was like, I'm interested, but if it's $60, I will never play it. I forgot what it's called, but it's a first-person shooter where you have like tarot cards, and you're like throwing cards at demons, and it's like demons are in heaven. You saw that trailer, right?
I think I've actually forgotten about this trailer now.
Like it started off with like they look like Aran cars from Bleach. Like they had like skull masks and shit. And it was a first person shooter where the
Oh,
dude was doing like parkour and like jumping between buildings. But instead of having a
yeah.
gun, he had a card and he could summon things.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
And I
that
was,
I mean, that
I
could
was
be
like,
good.
it looks neat, but it doesn't look $60 neat. You know,
Nah.
it looks like a $39.99.
Nah.
But I know how the Switch is. It'll be $59.99, and therefore I won't be buying it.
I mean, they showed more of Monster Hunter Rise. I mean, didn't you like seeing that?
Yeah, but I still have World. And while
Hey,
Rise
man.
looks fine, it's just like it's also on the Switch.
They also, oddly enough, like announced Bravely Default 2. Like, hey, yeah, that's coming out next week. And it's like, wait, but why is this in here? Like, we know that. You told us that a while
Exactly.
ago.
But speaking of things that we were told about a while ago, a few weeks back we had told y'all about how Saudi Arabia companies were pulling big investments into SNK, getting a majority share, things of that nature. Well, Saudi Arabia is back at it again because they pulled a multi-billion-dollar stake, $3.3 billion in EA, Take-Two Studios, and Activision Blizzard. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't. Some of you guys maybe wrestling fans, but they're doing shows in Saudi Arabia now because the Saudi Arabian pockets are quite hefty, to the chagrin of many of the people in that audience, and they're upset about it because they're like, we shouldn't be working with these countries, and all that type of stuff. The big rah rah. But
Hmm.
Saudi Arabia might be having a huge influence on what you're going to be seeing in a lot of games in the future, which means in some cases you may be seeing women having a lot lesser role in games again.
Well,
I know it's a dark thing to say, but come on, bro. You've seen how it is over there sometimes. You've seen it. They are not always as propped up as we are over here in the Western culture. They haven't really gotten with the times yet.
well, maybe the horny folk are going to get what they want, and like maybe Saudi Arabia is going to step in for that Mass Effect remaster and be like, "Hey guys, the booty is back."
That was really weird because that was a
Yeah,
fix. That was a fix on a camera because that wasn't even intended to happen. It just happened. And then
right.
and then when people said, "Yeah, we fixed we fixed it," they were like, "I'm not buying this game. This is trash. How dare you
Wow, I
set?"
don't get to see the booty. Urgh.
And I'm like, "It's a character model of a character who's around."
It's like, bro, if you want to see the booty, there are enough people on the internet who have made porn of these characters. Just go watch that. I mean, if that's what you want to get out of the game, just go watch that instead. It's free.
Save yourself
Or
the
I don't know,
$60.
subscribe to
Like,
that person's Patreon, and then yeah, whatever.
I don't know. Some people just have like the weirdest taste, but
Oh my
whatever.
gosh.
I'm not gonna kink shame you. I'm just gonna call you a weirdo and move on with my fucking day.
That's right, I am. I'm here to kink shame you. That's right, you're all weird. No, I'm just kidding.
But speaking of weird, a woman was fired from a restaurant for not taking a COVID vaccine, and I just wanted to hear your opinion on this one real quick because this is what she claims. She says she's not an anti-vaxxer, but she is planning on having children soon, and she somehow thinks that the COVID vaccine might do something weird if she takes it during her attempts to try to make that baby come out. But here's the issue. apparently the restaurant at first said that the COVID vaccine is not mandatory. And the restaurant takes all the precautions necessary to make sure that, people and the customers and clientele don't get infected. But when she was like, well, you said it wasn't mandatory, but then out of nowhere, you just said at the last minute it was mandatory. And I said, well, I don't want to take it for this reason. They fired her. What are your thoughts?
They should not have said that it's not mandatory because it was going to be more than likely that it is mandatory. Like, okay. Also, that lady, I mean, she kind of has a valid reason if she's saying like whatever she's doing to like get to try and like have a baby, like if she's doing some sort of like fertilization or I don't know, something like taking something, then it could have an effect that's not expected. She would have to like talk to some sort of experts behind the vaccine first to assure that it's not going to fuck her up. And yeah, that's not on the onus of the restaurant, but the restaurant should like understand that she's trying to make sure that she's not going to come out with like a tail fin or something. And this is this is a vaccine that we don't like. We still don't know every single thing about yet on like how it's going to affect other things. We're just making sure that it's not giving people COVID. So that's an understandable thing in this phase. And if she's doing everything else to like, stay safe, like she's like wearing a mask and all, cleaning up and all that stuff, then that's still okay for the restaurant. I mean, if at all, they could like make her work in the back or something to like get away from having her infect people. But if she's taking her precautions and she doesn't have COVID, you're testing her, which is part of the safety precautions, then there's no need to fire her at this time where people are literally losing their jobs over this situation. But because like she's not taking the vaccine because she's like, that's right, it's gonna give me autism or something ridiculous like that. She's literally like, I don't know how it's gonna affect these other chemicals. If that's her only reason why. Now, if she's out here like the vaccine is gonna give me AIDS, like then no, all right, you got to get out of here, lady, because there are other things that are going on with you, or you probably shouldn't be around people too much.
Well, here's the thing: like when I was in the situation, I was kind of like, if you had started off by just saying we needed you to take this vaccine, and then she didn't want to give up the ground, you'd have a point. But if you tell a bunch of people that like it's not mandatory, and then you just hit them up with an email.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, she found out from an
No.
email. Like they weren't even like in person. It was an email.
Nah.
That you have to take like a vaccine, then like nah, bro. Like the
Yeah,
restaurant handled that wrong.
yeah, they fucked themselves. They should not have switched up. Like, oh yeah, you guys don't worry, it's not mandatory, and then all of a sudden, like, nah, it's mandatory, and you're fired. Like, nah, that's too much.
You're
I
fired,
mean,
Mr. Squidward. Get the fuck out.
like this is not like a Cara Dune situation where she's like posting wild shit and they're just like, look, you got to stop doing that, or she's like telling customers like the vaccine is crazy or some shit like that, and they're like, look, you got to stop doing that while you're here, or else we're gonna get you out of here. And then she just kept doing it. Like, nah, they literally gave her a certain expectation and then she just didn't meet that expectation anymore because they changed it, which she had no control over, because she's like, oh, I don't have to get it. I'm not going to get it because I, don't want to take the risk. And then they were like, nah, you got to get it to stay here. And they weren't like, hey, so go get it and then come back to working for us. It was not even that. It was just like, you're fired. Goodbye.
Yo, the America Online. Goodbye.
Oh no. Yeah, that restaurant is like that's a weird thing to do, and that's not good for them. Like they're being wishy-washy in a situation where people are complaining about everyone being wishy-washy about these precautions and whatnot. Like, nah.
Man, you're starting to sound like Ted Cruz. Being wishy-washy?
Oh. Well, you see, See now, everybody, the governor said that it's not his responsibility to take care of the weak who are at home with no power because of our, lack of regulations and us having such a very, very, very old power grid here. We don't need to save y'all. We are the government, and you need to be strong. And you should have been prepared for this situation that you couldn't have possibly predicted without knowing that we were not doing what we were supposed to do. So, yeah.
All right, so
Ted Cruz, I mean, it's fine that you're leaving. Come on, man.
Here's the thing.
What are you talking about?
So he left to what, Cancun or some shit? And he claims,
yeah, he went to Cancun.
And he claims that it was for supervising his daughter's trip with their friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself, they friends got parents. And I'm sure they're
also,
not in a position of...
Now?
Yeah, like now? Like traveling now. I don't know about you, but if I'm going around with kids or other people's children and I'm supposed to be like the chaperone, I'm vetoing all travel at this point in time. Like this doesn't...
Isn't that wild that he was able to get on a plane during this time where people don't even have heat?
Yeah, man, that's what happens when you up there, when you know that when you can rub elbows with the top 1%ers.
Right?
But then when he comes out, he's like, "Oh, I admit it was a mistake." Then there's some articles with conflicting reports at this point, because some people are saying, "Oh, he sent out emails that, oh, you should get out of Dodge right now for a couple of days until things blow over, and trying to expedite people to beat the storm." Then there's other people who are saying that, oh, he left his dog at home with no supervision in the cold because the dog was apparently still there. But then there was claims and reports that one of his security detail he left at home with the dog. Which,
bro, that's my job as security. I'm taking care of your dog while you're leaving me.
So you can go to Cancun. Like, isn't that weird? Like, the whole situation becomes murky waters of what the fuck is even going on. How do these people keep becoming elected officials? They can't keep getting away with it.
It's so odd that he did this and he's gonna get no repercussions because people are trying to defend him. Well, first off, one of the weirdest defenses of this whole thing was that the wind energy is behind all of this, and that I don't know, AOC and the Green New Deal would have put them in a worse spot if they were using a different energy source. Even though the reason why people were out here without power is because they were using very, very older standards, and they got away with that because that sort of thing is not regulated right now. So people who are defending Ted Cruz are also saying that this is a good example as to why they don't need regulation from the government for this sort of thing, and that they should just stay at home and keep holding on as the strong soldiers that they are to make sure that the government doesn't get involved in their safety and their heat and their electricity. Okay, and also Ted Cruz. People are also saying Ted. What was Ted Cruz gonna do? He's just a senator.
Nah, but when the mayor said only the strong will survive.
Yeah, he said the strong will survive, and then that dude was like, "Oops," and he resigned. Oh, beauty. Greg Abbott, who I think he also gotten into some shit for COVID stuff. He was talking mad shit COVID is not real. We're gonna go outside. And it was like, bro, what? Wait, what? And now he's out here. Nah, man, the cold? That ain't nothing. Y'all will be fine. It's not my job to take care of you.
Never heard of it.
You should have bought a generator. What are you talking about? It's like, bro, what? Wait. I should have bought a. All right, sir. There's no electricity. My house is cold. It's 30 degrees in here. I'm trying to bundle up. My kids are not safe. It's like, nah, it's not my fault. I'm just the governor. What are you saying? What do you expect me to do?
I'm just a man. What do you want me to do? Fight the weather? It's like, no, I think you should probably put in some protections for your fucking people.
Right. Like, how about you check on the power grid and see why this happened, because it should have been able to withstand this sort of a situation. Because I mean, Texas is not the only place that got hit with some cold. Texas is not the only place that got hit with a bunch of snow. But Texas is one of the only places that had these non-restrictions in play that would allow people to, I don't know, not do their fucking job and make sure that people would be safe in a disaster.
Nah, bro, never safe. Always sad. Never
Like,
safe.
whose job is it supposed to be to make sure that when some sort of crazy natural disaster occurs, that the people can be safe, or at the very least have, I don't know, power, heat? Nobody? No? All right. Well,
What, you want me to be responsible?
you want me to vote for you next time you're up for election? Oh, okay. I live here. I know what you did. I suffered. What are you saying?
Nah, man. You look. Ted Cruz can abandon a dog, but Cruella could kill a dog and then get a movie that's supposed to make you sympathize with her. The fact that, like, if anyone has not seen the Cruella trailer, literally go watch it. Pause the video right now. Pause the podcast right now. Go watch it.
Right. Go watch it right now, because whew,
Are you
boy.
back? Are you back? Now you may be saying, why does it feel like I've seen this trailer before, but I know this movie's new? Like, what? How did I see it? Do you guys remember Birds of Prey, The Emancipation of Harley Quinn? Yeah, it's just Cruella DeVille, aka Harley Cruella, or Cruella Quinn, or Harley DeVille, however you want to pronounce it. They made a Harley Quinn movie with a Cruella DeVille coat of paint. Your guess is as good as fucking mine on how we got to that word salad. And then on top of that, apparently she has magical powers, which
Nah, man.
I don't fucking know what the fuck's going on with that.
That was just the same material from Hunger Games.
Oh, well, you could just burn it and then there's just the outfit underneath?
Yeah, the girl on fire. Apparently, the director who directed this movie also directed I, Tonya, which also has oh my god, Harley Quinn actress
Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie. There we go.
Well, you can't say that this director doesn't have a fucking type.
Mm-hmm.
And
So, yeah.
It's no bueno.
Apparently, Cruella DeVille, suffered a lot of oppression from her boss, who was a very evil lady who, I don't know, wanted to do things like make coats out of dogs. And Cruella is going to show this boss who's the real girl boss. And then...
Wait, I misspoke. If that's the case, then this isn't the Harley Quinn movie. This is Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
What? Oh, yeah, that was the thing.
Yep. This is Cruella is just one word, Cruella, Joker. The parallels are nothing but clear to me now.
I don't know why this movie is being made. I don't know who at Disney thought, let's get one of our villains.
Right questions, because I don't know either.
Like, let's get one of our villains and give her an origin story movie. Like, who out there was like, I want to know why Cruella DeVille is evil like this? And it's like, it's kind of implied in the movie that she's just evil like that because she was rich.
It just doesn't make sense, right? It just doesn't make, I don't know. I think some people just be sitting around talking about, what we need? Cruella movie. Hey, bro, you right. Let's do it.
Or maybe had better villain movies like Hades.
Or maybe Family Guy was right. Maybe that's what big studios do. They do have just a big tank, and they have sea mammals pick out balls at random with words on it, and they just throw the shit together, and that's how they come up with their plans.
I don't doubt that, honestly. Like, it's something along those lines, or it's like they've got darts on a dartboard with the names for whatever topics, and they throw they blindfold themselves and throw the darts at the board, and they're like, all right, whatever sticks, that's the next movie.
Hey, bro, I hear that. I hear that. But yeah, man, it's just, I don't know. It's just it's a total debacle at this point. But I think that's about to do it. Unless you have anything else you'd like to throw on here. Oh, wait, how could we forget? How could we forget? Last week, we had brought up Twitch and DMCA and how I said that I think that Twitch is still and Amazon are still afraid of DMCAs. You said, nah, man, Jeff Bezos stepping down. It had to be more than that. I don't think it's just DMCAs. Well, as of 5 hours ago, Twitch decided that they were going to shut down the live Metallica content or concert that was playing.
On that, by the way.
Oh, you have more on that? All right. Before we get to
I have more on the Bezos leaving thing.
Okay.
Because there's apparently a trend going on here.
All right. What's the trend?
But, okay, so apparently Mark Zuckerberg is the only big tech CEO who hasn't stepped down. Apparently other CEOs have stepped down because they're expecting, some sort of big storm coming to where they have to be responsible for their involvement in certain things, which is why was it Robinhood CEO and the Reddit CEO are also getting questioned about the GameStop thing. So they're expecting similar things to happen to them. So they're like, nah, I'm out. I'm not the CEO anymore. So you guys don't have to talk to me. You got to talk to someone else. Oh.
Well,
so
there may be some
lawsuits apparently.
But
lawsuits, and it could be DMCA.
But the current state of Twitch is the official Twitch gaming channel cut off the live Metallica concert, and they played 8-bit folk music over their rocking. And you may be saying, why the fuck would they do that? Well, as we talked about on a couple episodes now, DMCA is a thing that they are taking very seriously on Twitch. Almost too seriously. And as you see, BlizzCon, yes, that BlizzCon, hosted by Activision Blizzard. Yes, that one with all that money. They are not immune to the DMCA. And if they're not immune and Twitch doesn't want to play ball, then you already know what time it is, bro. You already know what time it is. And also, if you know anything about history, just Google Metallica and Napster. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, the irony, right?
Yeah,
the Metallica was like, we're on the side of the DMCA. They're stealing our music and putting it on that internet. And now Metallica is like, yo, we're going to play a show for you guys on the internet. Oh, shit. Oh, well, they can't hear our music because, because of that whole Napster thing and DMCA and us wanting to protect the rights to our music on the internet from the internet. Oh, boy. Also, if BlizzCon is like a digital thing and Metallica played a concert through Twitch for digital BlizzCon and Twitch was like, nah, sorry, you guys can't hear this music. What was the point? Why book Metallica? And also, is Metallica still going to get paid?
What are you talking about? You know damn well they got paid up front.
Yeah, probably.
Metallica's a big enough name where you could just say, give me the money up front. And they'll give
they're also rich. They're also fucking rich. The front man sold like some of his art pieces for like millions of dollars because he just wanted to buy a new house. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, you hired Metallica to do a concert there and somehow didn't clear what you needed to clear to make sure that you could play Metallica music on Twitch, and then streamed BlizzCon through Twitch and said, whoa, Metallica's playing their music? Shit, we got to get that out of here because whoever owns their music is probably going to come through and try to like flag us for it, which means Metallica doesn't own their music right now, which means Metallica has no control over this because I don't think Metallica themselves would play a show that their fans can't hear because they don't want Twitch to be able to stream their music.
I don't even think they were told. I think they just got up there and was like, let's rock. And do whatever fucking song they did. And then we just got.
Yeah, but like if Metallica owned their music, like if they had the ability to be the ones that are like flag that or whatever, then
Yeah, but
whoever was there with them could be like, guys,
remember, they said
real quick.
Twitch did this, not
Right.
BlizzCon. So for all we
So
know,
Blizzard.
for all we know, the Blizzard people were just chilling. Like, wait, what the fuck?
But see that also would just become a 5-minute. Hey, whoa, hold it, guys. All right, Twitch, what's the problem here? We don't want Metallica to like flag, us for letting them play their music, and then Blizzard is just like, yo, do you guys care if Twitch streams your concert? Nah, man, it's cool, dude. All right, cool. Continue playing, please. Metallica doesn't have the rights, obviously, which that's the real big problem with this whole DMCA thing. Like, these artists don't have rights over their music, and these companies who are just like, yeah, I own Metallica, so give me money now, please. I heard a little bit of Enter Sandman, give me money now, please. And Metallica's like, bro, we want people to hear our music. Like, we're cool with that. Nah, man, they need to pay me now. Pay me the monies. Those companies are just like, what? Somebody played our music? I can get money? Cool. Give it to me. Oh, what the hell is Twitch? I don't know. Cool. Give me money.
It is what it is at this point, eh?
That's so weird. That's a weird mentality. It is what it is. Is like they can do something about this, and they're just not. They're just like, shit. Guys, please don't play music. We don't want to get in trouble. It's like, what? You're owned by Amazon.
Exactly. Like, you figure they would have at least some of the qualifications in here to change any of this shit, but no. Somehow
Also,
they don't.
Amazon is doing like a similar thing where they're like taking the tips from their like drivers and shit like that. It's like Amazon also is like understands that, like, yes, we want money as well. Give us as much money as possible. Like, so why would Amazon not be like, no, you guys are trying to take money from us? Nah. We are Amazon. We're going to take money from you every time you try to DMCA flag, whatever shit that we do, because we own the tech and you don't understand any of this. And my lawyers are very, very expensive, some shit like that. Or Jeff Bezos comes in with like the Infinity Gauntlet and it's just like, that's right. I'm Lex Luthor from the DC universe, and I got this from the Marvel universe to take care of all of you. Like something.
I don't want to see Lex Luthor fused with Thanos. I don't want that.
No one wants that, but it'll happen.
That'll be an extra bald head.
That'll be the boss in Marvel vs. Capcom 5. You know how they had Onslaught, where it's like Professor X and Magneto fused? They're gonna have Thanos and Lex Luthor turn into one person.
Marvel versus DC. Oh Lord. I mean, it can't be worse than Dark Khan from MK versus DC.
Oh yeah.
Like, I feel like Shao Kahn fusing with Darkseid would just nerf Darkseid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get me wrong, Shao Kahn's powerful as far as his verse is concerned. But what does Darkseid gain out of that? A hammer?
Also, that character looked nothing like what you would think a fusion of Darkseid and Shao Kahn would be. It just turned into like a lava monster thing, from what I remember.
All right, so you want to know something that'll trigger you?
All right, go for it.
Look at Dark Khan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then look up Injustice 1 Scorpion. And then look up Mortal Kombat Armageddon Blaze.
I mean, yeah. That's definitely... Boy, NetherRealm is so lazy. Like, what the fuck?
But you want to know the saddest part?
What?
Look up Corrupted Shinnok.
I know. And then you want to know the bonus?
What's that?
Look up Steppenwolf in Justice
Nah,
League.
man. Nah, I told you that one. Nah, you're not taking that one from me.
Nah, man, I'm giving it back to you, bro. Also, real quick, the Snyder Cut trailer has come out. So, Jared Leto coming through as the Joker. Steppenwolf going to see that CGI Dark Side. Man, the Snyder cut. I'm not
Look,
gonna lie, it actually looks like Snyder like did plan out a cohesive movie at least, and he just got shat on by whatever happened that got him off the project. And Joss Whedon was like, I don't know, I don't like all this dark stuff. Can we make some funny stuff? Like, can the Flash like trip over and touch Wonder Woman's boob on accident or something like that, please? Huh? Yeah, guys, we should do that. Why does that do it? Because Joss Whedon has now been exposed for being like mean on set or whatever, which is yeah, guys. Joss Whedon has always looked like he's just an angry nerd man who's just like, you guys aren't doing this the way that I envision, and therefore I am mad now. I'm yelling now. Like, yeah, I'm not surprised.
look, at this point, that's how that I'm just responding to everything with that energy of just I see something
hmm
on the timeline I don't like, bro. It's just getting that facial reaction, and I'm leaving, bro.
Look, man, the Snyder Cut will happen, and it's coming on HBO Max. That's the only reason why I'm seeing it, because it's going to be on HBO Max, so I'll have access to it anyways. So I want to see where it's going to go, because the trailer makes it look like it's going to be a cohesive movie. Also, apparently Snyder like hinted that he did want to do evil Superman, a la like an Injustice type of scenario, but he's never coming back. So
I'm gonna just shake my head on that one, bro.
maybe he'll make. Oh my god, why do I always forget the name of this fucking movie? The Zack Snyder movie with the strippers and the oh my god,
Sucker
what is
Punch?
Sucker Punch? There we go. Every time I forget the name of this movie because it's like I don't know, what is that name?
It just slips your mind, bro. It wasn't that good a movie to begin with. You're not missing out.
Also, Emily Browning. I don't know. It doesn't seem like she uh like went on to do other movies very much after this. Nothing like blockbustery. Okay,
Big shoulder shrugs on that one.
bro, she was in Darkness Falls. Do you remember that movie where the Tooth Fairy is like a demon?
The fuck? Hell no.
Oh my god! Like there was some lady that they called the Tooth Fairy or whatever. It was like a Freddy Krueger type of situation where this lady, I don't know, apparently she was killing kids or something like that, and so they burned her house down or they killed her, and so after that she became the Tooth Fairy and like was killing kids whenever they tried to like see the Tooth Fairy or whatever. It was really fucking weird. And she only showed up in the dark. And man, they got away with a lot in horror movies back then. All right.
I see. Surprised they didn't have a crossover with the Tooth Fairy with the Rock. Yeah, that was a movie that existed.
Isn't it weird that The Rock got the Tooth Fairy and then Vin Diesel got the pacifier? They're the same movie.
You're not wrong.
And then these guys both went on to be in Fast and Furious.
Too fast.
So yeah.
Too furious. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. I don't think I can take any more bad movies.
Also, don't buy that Arby's sandwich.
First of all, you could look at that Arby's sandwich and you should have known that was nothing. That was
No, some people need to be told. Just remember that. Some people need to be told. Don't buy that Arby's sandwich, please.
Yeah, please for your sake and ours, because it's fucking awful. And we will see you next week.
Mm-hmm.